let's play.
So, David,
Yeah.
you were much more aware of the 80s than I was, because for the 80s I lived in kind of a cave and could only be coaxed out of the cave
You
by
weren't even alive.
I was barely alive. Technically speaking, I am a child of the 80s, and I had to be coaxed out of said cave by the musical bardness of Fred Durst. So,
You've just been wanting to say that for weeks, haven't
I
you?
really
I
have, since we
understand.
talked about this the first time.
I understand.
So, as I understand it, I found Blood Dragon hilarious because as a child of the 80s, I understood some of the references. As someone who lived a little bit more in the 80s...
See, it's not so much the references as it is everything about it. So, I'll just cackle and you can make commentary, I suppose, okay?
Fair enough.
New quests are quests that aren't old. Aw, the Space Needle, why?
Seattle knows what it did. Remember when people thought this was the future of technology? Like, this is what you genuinely thought back in the 80s. This is what's gonna happen in 10, 15 years.
This looks like the movie Manborg.
Are you okay, David?
Oh my god! How do I... Whoa!
You okay? Having flashbacks?
The fact that there's Little Richard playing...
We never said Ubisoft wasn't a little bit self-aware.
Oh, there's palm trees in the year 1999.
We don't have those anymore.
That cube of coffee is getting to me now.
The fact you ate a cube of coffee is what amazes me.
It was tasty, I just
You're
bit into it.
supposed
It's
to
nice and
dissolve it
chewy.
into water.
But see, that's... Okay, see, there's convenient and then there's convenient. I can take the packet... Wait, did he just grab his... He did.
Yep.
If Olivia Newton-John comes on screen and starts singing, I'm gonna leave.
They knew you'd be playing this game, David, and programmed all of this in.
Now, how do I zoom?
Press R. Sorry, R2.
Wow.
You can also zoom out.
Woo.
You've been shocked into silence. That doesn't actually happen all that often.
They did. Oh my god. This is really happening, isn't it? It's like some sort of strange dream that I've wandered into.
Well, so
As if this week weren't hard enough, now I've got an 80s, like, LSD-inspired freak out.
Well, I've got good and bad news for that. Water you drank earlier was in fact LSD. Just a giant glass of LSD.
Well, you're gonna have a mess on your hands here in a minute, brother.
Please don't lick my couch.
Look at these sets.
I like how the sky has scan lines. Everything has scan lines.
You're right. You're actually correct. And there are even more scan lines when I do this.
What helps highlight the scan lines?
It's true.
You know that means there's a texture or something where someone had to go through
And make scan
and
lines.
scanline everything. Lubricating your future. It's so self-aware.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious how they were going to cram all the tutorial that was the first half of Far Cry 3 into Blood Dragon. I was going to assume you played it, and I love the fact they're like, nope, we're going old school video game on you. We're going to bury you under a layer of text that you hate.
Ah! Ah!
If you die, I'm taking over. Is the realism of how laser rifles work throwing you off?
Yes! I was expecting something a little bit more
Oh, you
user-friendly.
spoiled PC gamer with your lack of haptic feedback. It is one thing to kill. It is another to rip the heart of your enemies and use it as a weapon later. I think the more games I play with you, the more I'm learning that PC gamers just spend their time mad because some of them can't play console games.
I really hate this.
Let's just get to the main.
That's your friend.
Figure out what the hell is going on.
Why are you racist?
Because that's what this game requires.
Was that what the 80s were about? Racism?
Mostly. This is awful. I
Here.
would have rocked the shit out of this with a mouse.
Let me play and you can comment.
I learned from one of the greatest Doom players ever.
Alright, so we talk about the great Doom players. And you gotta know something very important about Doom. There's only 2 dimensions you could move in Doom.
Here goes the fist jam.
Oh my god.
Where are my fist control computers? I was promised fist control computers.
I don't see his
Here it
fist.
goes!
Just do it.
Oh my.
There's absolutely nothing morally objectionable about stealing money from the dead, apparently.
Zip lines are in the sky. Why aren't they called sky?
I love the fact that now, like, ropes courses are a thing you do to bond as a company.
Instead of just getting out the boxing gloves at the office when somebody disagrees about the Johnson account.
Not something I'm going for. I mean more like someone decided that, like, what's the way to bond companies together? You put them up in the air in potentially deadly circumstances and make them talk each other through genuinely kind of terrifying situations occasionally. Like,
Recoded the CPU sockets.
and then that worked out so well for someone. They said, you know, we should make kids do this if they're troubled. Consequently, I did a lot of ropes courses as a kid.
Well, you ever try paintball with the office?
I've done that.
You get the sociopathic guy who just starts shooting everybody in the head and...
Well, I bring my own gear to the paintball at the office, which makes people even madder. At least the game is self-aware about how annoying it can
Yeah.
be. You're out in the woods a lot more than I am, David. It's just like stealing people's heart's a thing. You're walking along and suddenly you come across another campers and you just rip their hearts out for good measure.
Only in Portland.
You paint a very different version of Portland. That's the dumbest scientist that ever lived. I feel like I should try and save him. See, David? See? This is your problem.
Oh my god.
So my favorite detail about these games is always someone was insane enough to think, you know, I should totally drink that horrible monster's blood or something to gain superpowers. Maybe that's why I'm not a supervillain, but I've never been like walking around going, I need to drink that thing's blood right now.
You really?
What, your car doesn't do that? And that stuff's on fire. Yep, that stuff's on fire. Well, this is bad. This is real bad.
So you started a forest fire.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really impressive. I want to see the whole thing burn.
Sorry, nature.
Even has the...
Bring the noise.
That's how you do it.
awesome.
Oh, wait, what are these control options on the side of this TV, David? They appear to be knobs of some kind?
Yeah, yeah, you are a knob, Charlie.
Wait, what's on the money?
Dr. Hillary.
That's like Canadian money to me. What's
Is that... Wait a minute, wait a minute. Is that Joan...
That's Joan Rivers, I think.
That's Joan Rivers!
Oh, no!
We've been spending Joan Rivers down this whole time.
How is she possibly worth $10? You were promised cyborgs and laser weapons and iPads. Only one of those three things happened, and we used those as
Except we got
pacifiers.
we got Zumba and Sting's solo career. It was terrible. It was demoralizing.
I was gonna say, is Zumba a good thing? I never heard Zumba called a good thing before.
No, the future we got was greatly inferior to what we were promised. It's true.
Zumba's an 80s thing, really?
No, it's a recent thing.
Oh.
Okay, we got... Alright. We got DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. We got Big League Chew, and we got Jazzercise.
Happy num num.
Yeah, those sound pretty terrible.
It wasn't good.
Have a cookie. Fetch.
Or not.
Not even paying attention. They have Blood Dragon cages?
I suspect I want to kill you first.
That's the hostage.
That's the heavy. He is heavy weapons guy, and this is his weapon.
The hostage hostage is under attack. Protect the cyber nerd.
Oh crap, he's got a flamethrower. Two guys with flamethrowers, really?
It's raining men.
The hostage has been killed.
Damn you, California!
Just like the good old times.
There's still karaoke. Whether we want there to be karaoke or not, there's still karaoke. When did karaoke pop into being? When did Japan
we're tearing
unleash
out
super-
cyber hearts and blowing up 80s tropes, and you're asking about the history of karaoke.
I kind of am.
This one will crack you up.
Objective partially complete. Proceed to the
Wait, wait, wait.
structural fault.
That's a cell phone attached to it. A cell phone that'd break your back, but a cell phone nonetheless. Rex Power Call, I thought you were an American hero, not a terrorist. That is the most horrifying death animation
That is
I've
the
seen.
most awful death animation for any animal ever, yes.
I feel genuinely terrible after that. Like,
You should. There's every reason to.
as I kill more people.
Well, blow something up. It'll go. Oh my God! You hit him right. Oh my God.
Sorry,
That's
Poochie.
so not cool.
I take whatever money he's got on him too.
Can you get money from the dog?
I just did. Oh yeah, so I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Some people found a dog near my building, and these are the kind of people you never want to let have a dog because
To the morgue.
they'd get high and forget they had a dog and cook it or something like that. As horrible as that sounds, it's
Yeah.
not. I'm not exaggerating, and I wound up taking the dog because I was worried they were gonna legitimately they found the dog, and the conversation was, oh, we should take it with us. Well, where are you going? We're going to a pool party. I don't think the dog wants to go to a pool party. I had a collar and stuff on it still, and they were gonna put the dog in the trunk of a car that was already overfilled with people and drive like 4 hours out into the desert. Even ladders were cooler in 1999. I can't wait for the future. This is 80s mad villainy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Pretty much, yeah.